Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Cantina. This is Stephanie Janicek, your friendly neighborhood chaos coordinator, bar manager, Wookiee Wrangler. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about why Disney's not been successful with Star Wars and why the boycott is happening. When you take something like Star Wars and you turn it into a nihilistic F-fest, which is what they did, you can expect to have people get really angry. And the Star Wars that they're creating is an expression of this age of nihilism and relativism that we live in right now, that Hollywood has found itself in. And, where they're shocked, they're angry that how dare us? How dare we not like The Last Jedi? How dare we not like being treated like shit by uninterested, apathetic, untalented hacks like Pablo Hidalgo? How dare we get upset when Bob Iger himself trashes free speech on social media, which is exactly what he did the other day. How dare we get upset about that? Okay, fine. How dare we? Okay. There's a reason why this is happening. You can't take something that existed for 40 years, that was a story about good versus evil, a story about a family, and turn it into something that it was never meant to be. A morally relative, nihilistic, corporate dumpster fire. I'm not a fan of Marvel. To me, every time I watch, I see anything about it, I cringe because I see wallets and Disney getting bigger over something that to me is I'm sure that a lot of this stuff isn't meaningless and stories can be good, but I could care less about Marvel. To me, Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Watership Down, are stories and fantasy stories, but they talk about us in a way, our beliefs in a way that is respectful, beautiful. You can learn things from these. You can follow the hero's journey. When you've got a park that's based on a soulless corporate globalist piece of shit like the Disney sequel trilogy, you got a problem because it's empty, soulless, and lifeless, and it is lifeless because no one's going. When you've got some idiot like Scott Trowbridge, and this is what I wanted to talk about, telling people that, well, we didn't want to do your memories. We wanted to have people come and make their own memories and be heroes in their own stories. What? No, that's not how the Force works. That's not how Star Wars works. You wanted people to come to this park and spend their, $600 a piece to go see these movies, and yet, you pull this crap. You tell them that everything they thought Star Wars was about, Luke, Han, Leia, Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, doesn't matter anymore. That was in the past and we're not going to do that. This is why you fail. This is why the boycott's happening. This is why, because no one wants to see something and go to something that either attacks their beliefs, attacks what they thought Star Wars was about, attacks Star Wars itself, really, and that's what it really is, attacks George Lucas and, the original trilogy heroes and the prequel trilogy heroes. Okay? No one wants to go to a park like that. And the stories coming out about how cheap and tawdry it is, and the money people waste. What do you think is going to happen? And add that to being treated like crap by Lucasfilm, getting nothing but hackery in the films, and I'm just, calling out J.J. Abrams too. The Force Awakens was a mediocrity at best and a terrible film at worst. You had a chance to put something beautiful up on screen, and you threw, it's like you took a tub of spaghetti noodles, threw them up on the wall to see if they stuck, and the worst ones stuck, and that's what we got in The Force Awakens. Really? So why are we boycotting? Because Disney, this globalist, fascist brand now, has turned something that was culturally relevant the entire time it existed, despite being created 40 years ago, and turned it into something disgusting, shallow, nihilistic, relative, a reflection of corporate globalism and Bob Iger's vision of absolutely meaningless bullshit. This is why we're boycotting. And they wonder why they're not making any money. They wonder why they have to lay people off at Disneyland. Okay? Big announcement that they hired 1,700 workers for Galaxy's Edge when it opens in September. Big, fat, effing, hairy deal. Okay? No one gives a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Why? Because I guarantee you they're not going to make up the bucks they've lost with Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge. Disneyland itself is empty. If you build it, they will come. If you fuck it up, they won't. The movies were fucked up, therefore the people won't come to the parks, which suck anyway. There. You want people to come to the parks? Stop disrespecting Star Wars. Alright? If you'd have done Lucasland, that map that we've seen, that Geeks and Gamers talked about, that Star Wars Theories talked about, done it the right way, with the planets that we knew, having cosplayers out there dressed like Han, Leia, and Luke, Vader. Why isn't Vader at Disneyland Galaxy's Edge? Why? No one cares about Kyle Ron, except for 5 weepy Raylo girls who are batshit crazy, and they're not going to spend $600 to go, molest him. They don't have the money. All right? You guys screwed up. We're not going to these movies. We're not going to go to the theme parks. We are boycotting because we felt, as Johnny Rotten said, have you ever felt like you've been cheated? And we feel like we've been massively cheated. Mark Hamill was cheated. Harrison Ford was cheated. Carrie Fisher, God bless her soul, was cheated. Billy D. Williams, I'm sure, got cheated. George Lucas was massively cheated. And you cheated the fans. Because the moment you started fucking with them, you fucked with us. Alright? You don't do that and expect us to go bring our kids to something. When I got little kids say they don't like Star Wars anymore, that's your bread and butter, all right? And the reason why they don't like it is because of what you pulled with George Lucas, with the big three, Billy D. Williams, what you did to the OT heroes, the prequel heroes, will never be forgiven. You can't sell your comic books. You can't sell your novels. The Last Jedi netted probably $200 million, and that's not good. Soy Wars Story, lost $200 million, maybe even $500 million. And you're still like putting it out there that you might want to make another one. Do you fuckers ever learn? Just stop. We're not going to go see it. Oh, and by the way, Aaron Reich is an ugly ass. Why he was ever chosen to play Han Solo, I will never understand. Alright? You think we're going to go see that? We didn't go see the first one. Give me a fucking break. Okay? The boycott is on. I normally wouldn't celebrate a boycott, but I am now. And the reason why is this. You're going to learn one way or another not to fuck with the fans, not to fuck with George Lucas, and not to fuck with the big three. Okay? The rebellion is real. The boycott is on. The rebellion is the only option right now in this age of Disney's moral decay, moral relativism, and and nihilism. This is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina. Please remember to tip the wiki bartenders 30%. No fights in the cantina. No gunfights. You take that shit outside. No droids. No bounty hunters. No Reylos. No Rey Nobodies. No Rey Kenobi. No Rey Luke's cloned hand. No Rey Palpatine. None of that shit. Not allowed here. It's real Star Wars. See you around the galaxy.